Welcome back. It is Monster of the Week, our little sort of offshoot, one shot, two shot, not one shot, it's always two shot. Here at the Q Times with the Streampunks. And by the way, those ahs are all being incorporated into both the Q Times brand and the Streampunks brand. So if you see our Twitter account, start to put in front of or behind and never mind. I'm going to stop.
We have to change so much copy.
I know.
The T-shirts, the stickers. Oh,
I've already contacted Thomas Maroney and said, "Listen, we need a new logo."
Truly, corporations are bullshit.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight we're continuing the one shot that we did of Monsters of the Week, and that is going to bring us to a very critical moment because when we had to pause this game, we were actually entering into the third and final act. So tonight, instead of this full grand adventure, we're actually literally jumping into the action right as we get going as y'all are racing to save the world. So
the world or just our town? Is the
mostly
world
just
really
Alice,
implicated? Yeah, this is less grand
No,
than
the
your
world,
regular-
the world.
The town, then the world. But also, if they had hypothetically sent agents to this town, it might be because they thought it was of greater significance.
Yeah.
I mean, naturally, such a thing hasn't happened. So, but
yeah, no, of course not. Okay, so the world. Yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
Definitely the world. I'm taking this from like the Hellmouth approach because I always thought like, do people in like Italy really give a damn of what's going on in Sunnydale, or do they have their own fucking problems to deal with? In the world of Buffy, no, everything depends on what happens in Sunnydale because there's a Hellmouth in Sunnydale. The Hellmouth is in Sunnydale. From
the capital H.
Yeah.
There's only ever one Slayer born.
Yep.
Except
and
for
in
all
this
the other
case,
well, that's because she kept.
Stop
dying.
it, Joey. Yeah. Oh man. I just want to pause for a second and just say two things. They fucked up Spike's storyline, and they should have given Spike his own show. I'm just saying. And also, Faith should have had her. Faith should have had her own show too. I'm just saying. Yeah. And Kendra, technically. I think all the Slayers. Kendra, Faith. Okay, enough. Let's go ahead and do a quick roundabout and introductions of who you are and who you're playing. And I'm going to start with you, Mustache Lady.
Me?
No.
Yeah, you.
No
Okay.
recaps yet.
No,
I have something to say.
What do you want to say?
We have a one shot. It became a two shot. You know what that means, Eric? We get to bring all of the nerds back here and we get to have the second episode and I'm excited. There, you aren't going to deny me and I will speak my truth.
All right. I'm going to just mark down that the storyteller took 5 points of damage.
Psychic damage, you take that?
Yep, there we go.
We all saw it.
Yep.
Witness.
Okay. All right. Now you may go, please, Gina.
Thank you. Okay. Hi, I'm Gina DeVivo, and tonight I'm going to be playing Jim Jimbaroonie, Jim Jam, Pops. Everyone just calls me Pops, except my boy. But that's okay. I'm playing the Mundane Playbook, which means I'm a lovely little janitor who has a rockin' 70s van. I want to just keep my cute little family alive. And apparently my dog.
Indeed. All right. B.
Yes, hello all. I'm B. My pronouns are they, them, and I am playing Mr. Smith. Definitely just Mr. Smith. Regular human, not monstrous. I'm a student counselor, teacher counselor. I show up to the school. My pronouns are he, him.
Excellent. All right, then. And Sam.
Unfortunately, I am Sam DeLev, and I will be playing Agent... Oh, nope, got me too. Coach Jones. Don't know why my brain's going that sort of a way. I'm a student coach, teacher's coach, coach about town. And look, it's a good job. Mostly 9 to 5. Lydia's fine with it.
All right. And Yoey.
Hey everybody, I'm Joey Millen, and tonight I shall be playing Quinn, who will be using the Spell Slinger playbook. So I'll be throwing magic of all varieties at things that make me sad. Pronouns are he, him, and I am the one person who does not call Pops Pops. I just call him Jim.
Ugh. When we last left off, y'all were in a van racing out of a school parking lot towards a dark forest in the middle of nowhere. Supposedly, a grove of trees that contained a very sacred, ancient, cursed tree that in itself was containing the corpse of a long-dead necromancer that had been slain by a coven of witches, was awakening and was entering back into the world for a third time. The tree, you all discovered, had bound this man to death and had kept him from rising again. This tree was sort of think of it like his prison guard, essentially, keeping him where he needs to be for all time. Unfortunately, the environment is not doing so well on Earth these days, and California has had a string of very dangerous wildfires. One of those swept through this small town of Silver Creek, causing destruction, thankfully not to the town itself, but to the surrounding forest areas. That forest, unfortunately, that burned, a large section of it was that sacred grove that was helping keep that ancient tree powered, keeping that necromancer contained. You've all only just uncovered this after the strange mystery of the blood on the floor and trying to figure out where it was coming from, only to discover that roots from this tree had grown from wherever it is and had broken into the bottom of the school. You also uncovered a few other little tidbits of this mystery, that apparently Mr. Bailau, who is the principal of the school, is somehow connected to what's going on. How and why or what, you're not entirely sure, but definitely connected thanks to some sorceress spellcasting on behalf of Quinn. Q, you were able to get that spell in and hear that phone conversation, not expecting to hear what you heard, but he was talking to somebody who seemed to hint that you all only had one more night before something very bad was going to happen to all of you. The other piece of information you all learned is you uncovered a book after searching classrooms. You uncovered an old book that had been confiscated by the chemistry teacher of that particular classroom from a student. This old book, old is kind of understating it. This book is positively ancient and looks like it's been repaired and rebuilt time and time again. The scrawlings on the inside of this book are archaic, to say the least. It looks like a mixture of old paper that should have probably crumbled to dust, but has managed to survive the hundreds and hundreds of years it's been in existence. And there's a strange mixture of different types of writing on the inside, mixtures of English, some Latin, and some symbolic languages that you don't fully recognize. You also uncovered the student that this was confiscated from. A young girl, Alice Watson. When you were all deciding that it was time to mobilize and try to find this Alice Watson to uncover more information about this book, you assumed just right off the bat, and by the way everything was going, Alice is probably dead, or that she is gone missing, as the joke was. However, you literally ran into her upon exiting the school, discovering that she was attempting to break back into the school to get her book back. A brief encounter with her revealed that she is the last descendant of this circle of witches, the circle keepers, they called themselves. And she has been apparently knee-deep in this stuff for a while. She had a near total breakdown emotionally when she discovered that there were other people in the world that knew her story and what she was up against. It kind of hinted how long she's carried the burden of knowing this thing about the woods and what's going on. And it kind of tells a story of a young girl who was probably unable to tell anybody because no one was going to believe her. Her situation has changed dramatically because now she's in a van with all of you. You're in Pop's van right now, and you're racing towards the national park that is the sort of expansive forest, which, by the way, has been closed down for safety. As a quick reminder, this place burned about 6 months ago. So it's not safe to go into the woods right now. And there are a lot of people saying, just stay out. It's hazardous. You don't know which trees are still falling apart. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's been unearthed, blah, blah, blah. Right now, it's late afternoon. The sun is hanging very low in the sky. The van's engine is humming away as some of Pop's music, which I'm going to ask. So think about this, Gina. What music came on the stereo as soon as you all started driving? And right now, Alice is expositing everything as quickly as possible. She has skipped over the part where she has all of the questions for you guys and has gone straight into desperation mode and is just spilling everything as quickly as she can. Just going, so, I think the fire burned the circle of trees, and the circle of trees was the thing that was actually keeping the big oak that was keeping that tree in sort of it was it was like a circle of binding that was empowering the tree and keeping this guy underneath it. And now this guy in this sort of weird state between life and death, not necessarily undead, but not truly alive. Anyway, it's complicated.
Limbo. Yeah.
Kind of, purgatory. Yes, limbo.
Purgatory.
And
good word.
He discovered a way
purgatory.
to get around it by merging with the tree itself and corrupting it. And now, as this tree, he's trying to find a way to re-enter the world as this thing. And I didn't believe it at first, but then it started killing people. Look, she goes into her backpack and she pulls out a binder, and Smith, Jones, you see her pull out newspaper articles and you recognize them instantly as all the people that have gone missing over the past 6 months that you were all called in here to keep an eye on. She's like, all these people, all last seen in the vicinity of the woods. She's like, look, I got one right here. And she pulls up like a picture and she says, she was on a fishing trip with her boyfriend, gone. I went looking for them and I found this. And she digs into her pocket, pulls out a ring. I went and looked at the tree myself because I've got the map, but it's in my book. Thank you for the book. By the way,
problem.
This was my mother's book. It tells the location of the tree, and it says something about how to stop him, but I couldn't make any sense of it.
And on the radio, you just hear ABBA's "Give me a man after midnight," just blasted.
Okay, kid. Yeah, you did great. Nothing says childhood like risking your life to solve mysteries that somehow involve your ancestry. That's good. You're living your life, Alice. I like to hear that. I think that's the
point is,
right,
if this
council
guy Bavalaz, I mean, you said he's between life and death, but as long as he's at least mostly alive, we can probably find a way to stop that. Put him back in the ground for real this time.
Yeah, you got magic, Alice? You and Q?
I don't know.
You got magic.
My mom tried to teach me a long time ago, and I wasn't great at it.
Do you have the rudiments? Do you have a casting focus? Is it incantation based? Do you know?
I don't know. She tried teaching me. I didn't. It's complicated.
Yeah,
I didn't get it.
Is there any sort of
come on
check
Q.
I could do to see if she's magically inclined, or if I could help her?
You want to try to sense sorcery, as it were?
Yeah, sense sorcery. See if I can get a help her manifest powers if they're there. If I can, there's a bunch of random magic stuff in this van. I'm sure we could put something together for her.
What an interesting proposition.
I think it's sweet.
I might say that is possible. I don't see. Okay, maybe that would be. I think. Well, I just really like that. You're trying to find out if she's been. Essentially, if she has been.
Would use magic?
I feel like it'd be some sort of use magic, like
it's use magic as well.
Yeah, I mean, so there's something on here that's communicate with something that you do not share a language with. I could say communicating with the magic within her, seeing if there's something there, if I can get a feel off of it.
Okay, so then roll plus weird.
Okay.
And see what you get. I think use magic is the way to go from this. This is sort of like our detect magic spell.
Yeah. All right. First of the day. Oh wait, hold on. I have a pretty dice. Why wouldn't I use that immediately? We all know it matters.
It does.
and nothing else
There
matters.
we go. That's a 13.
Okay.
Hey!
That's phenomenal. So
I'm enjoying the system.
yeah, that's really, really phenomenal. Nice. Okay, so 13 is an astounding success. So you focus on her, and for a moment you kind of gaze at her, and it's one of these moments where she's looking over at Smith right now, listening to Smith talk to her, and she's just nodding along. The world seems to slow down for you for a second, Q, as you focus in on her and start sort of sensing every living thing sort of has a vibration to it. It's every living thing is casting ripples out into the surface of the water as it moves through life. And you can sense how these ripples interact with one another just by paying attention to the sort of the vibrational frequencies of all things that are around you. Everything from doorknobs to birds tweeting in a tree to the wind has some kind of resonance that you're able to feel when you tap into your magical senses. What you get from her is a young girl who has enormous magical potential that is buried under a lot of pain.
Okay. Alice? Look,
She still looks over at you. She's clutching that journal as she looks over at you.
I do a little bit of magic myself. It's just sort of, I won't get into the long details of it, but
He's the best.
thanks,
Sorry.
Jim.
Go.
Really appreciate it. I have a feel for these things, and I'm sort of reaching into the magic scape of everything around us, and you make ripples. You make a splash. You have a magical aptitude. And I'm not saying that, like, you can grab a wand right now and tell something to go blow up, but considering where we're about to go, giving you some sort of magical focus, something to just concentrate on wouldn't be the worst idea. We're going to need some extra firepower in there, and you're kind of made for this.
She looks a little uncomfortable.
I don't want to put you in a...
No, I get it. I understand. I understand. And she looks around. You kind of get the sense that she's feeling a little on the spot. She kind of glances at everybody in the car for a moment, and she says, I don't know. I'll think about what you're saying.
Sure. Yeah. No pressure. Just,
No pressure. And I'm
all
polishing
of
out the weapon. This is your town. This is your school. You can do it. You can step it up. We're all going to have to. In here, we're all going to have to hustle pretty hard. We're all going to have to do things we don't like to do in order to save the town, in order to save the school. You can do it. You will do it. Didn't work well the first time? Hey, neither did throwing a ball, right? You keep practicing. You get it. You get back onto the proverbial equine. Now, this kid here says you can do it. So I don't want to hear from you that you can't. You can do it. And you're going to prove it to us. You're going to prove it to yourself. May I give it a coaching check, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Coaching check.
So good.
However, you have actually triggered something here. So I'm going to ask you to roll this at a disadvantage.
Sure, no problem. Is this help out?
It's not really. This is more of a
Charm.
It's actually kind of more of a manipulate, even though that has a negative connotation. What it really is like you're basically trying to convince somebody to like step up or get it up, and like just keep moving. And
yeah,
I think what you'd want to do is just get up and do the thing. So this is going to be a roll plus charm.
Yeah, I was absolutely trying to get to my good stat away from that specific stat.
And disadvantage is
even
3d6 or
what's that?
Yeah,
It's
it's 3d6.
disadvantage,
Take the 2 lower, so I have to unfortunately take the 4 and the 5 instead of the 5 and the 6.
Oh, darn.
Nicely done.
So yeah, that's mid.
So it's a barely you've succeeded, but barely succeeded.
Mixed
so
success.
it's a mixed success. So you see her, Jones. You can see. You get a sense a little bit about the flavor of insecurity that she might be experiencing, though you obviously are not privy to the fact that that's what's keeping her back. But you get a sense of this. It looks, you've seen it before. It looks like insecurity, and she nods to you and says, "You're right. I'll get back on the horse."
We're almost there.
Good. We're
Thanks, Jim.
yeah, we're just about ready. I think Jones, what kind of do you have any 9mm?
Where's
He just
your
opens a
sir-
coat. Which one? Do you want the pink one today? The brown one? The red?
You think that I offer him those so easily? Do you know, like, firearm discipline on this one
There's a
is
reason I have a sword most of the time.
hypothetically present, but the fact that he doesn't have a service, so
And you have your golf bag with a right. That
I was
the
giving
thing.
that whole speech with like polishing my knife.
Yes!
Oh my gosh, there's a Tiger Woods joke here. Where is it? We gotta find it. Sam will find it. We'll come back to you, Sam.
It went into one of the hazards.
It's
It's in the sand trap now. The sand
It's in the
trap,
trap.
excuse me. There we are.
the Sam trap.
Oh, so I look at Smith for a long time. Again.
Look, I often
Where?
lose mine. Like I lose my guns. I know it's bad to lose them at school, but I take that back. That wasn't kind. It's bad to lose them in the
Accurate.
parking lot, but because that's somehow better. I just need to borrow one for this mission.
Sir, it was a Wendy's.
I was trying to get a Frosty. I was thirsty that day.
We're all gonna die.
And just like punctuating what you just say, Q, Alice goes, "Oh, holy shit." You all get pushed forward dramatically as Pops just slams on the brakes. The van skids. I mean, I can only imagine with that ABBA music playing with like the window slightly cracked, anybody on the outside of the camera just seeing this. What is painted on the outside again? You said it was a Lord of the Rings, like.
Yeah, it's the like
The-
fantasy Lord of the, like Ralph Bakshi like style Lord of the Rings fantasy painting.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal. This is like skittering sound as the van kind of, it goes from skidding to like and then kind of comes to a stop, and y'all are in a empty parking lot that leads into what looks like trails that have the two yellow like metal gates that have closed over the top of the trail, and then warning signs all over it, freshly like hammered into the earth, declaring that the park is closed. The ranger station, which is about 200 yards away up on a hill, does look like it's occupied, and it does look like there are two cars at the top of this hill, about 200 yards away, like up the hill where some of the hiking is done. But the landscape, despite the fact the landscape has been clearly scarred by fire, it's beautiful. California, as it does, is in the process of growing back again. And so you're already starting to see, just 6 months in after a few of the rains, you're already starting to see some of the life returning to the forest. But it is overshadowed by the blackened husks of trees and bushes that have been cleared out. This park has been hit pretty hard.
All right, we're gonna have to go the rest of the way on foot. Hope you brought your good boots.
Are there any other kind?
Yeah.
So
everyone-
are we worried about the guards up there? Should I just go? I can murder them, and then we'll have a freeway across.
No.
He's joking.
Ellipsis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything goes completely black suddenly. Like a cloud of inky darkness immediately swallows up your entire world, Mr. Smith. And you find yourself sitting in a chair with a single spotlight shining down over you and a desk in front of you.
Oh, shit. Oh,
It's that abrupt. It's just... And you hear footsteps from the darkness. Fine dress shoes walking on a tiled floor, echoing all around you. Emerging from the darkness, wearing a very nice vest and a bow tie, black slacks and gleaming, glossy black shoes, with his 2 studded little horns peeking out of his forehead, is Cadmiel, a fallen angel and demon, who you report to. He steps out around the desk, angular features, cheekbones a little too sharp. He changes his appearance all the time. He's whatever he wants to be, whenever he wants to be. And whenever he assumes this sort of form, he has chosen from across the spectrum of whatever he chooses that day, whatever he's in the mood for. Today, he very much resembles this is such a cheap shot, but he's absolutely got like the fine Jude Law thing going on as he comes around and sits back against the thing and kind of straightens out his vest and he goes,
Hi. It's been a while since we've talked. What do you remember what the last thing was that I told you? So I know like what I have to include right now. I was just kind of like in the middle of hunting and
he's idly unwrapping a lollipop as you're saying this, kind of staring at it with bemusement as he's just nodding along.
Can I have some candy?
Of course.
Cool.
He goes around the side of the desk, pulls it open. The desk opens up and a red light comes out and you can hear the screams of hell and people burning for eternity as he reaches inside and pulls out a lollipop and closes it. He steps back over. He hands it to you. It's cherry flavored. That's all I've got left, unfortunately.
That's not my favorite, but that's okay. No, I appreciate it. Report. What? I do a lot sometimes. I just get so busy. What was it that I was supposed to do for you again? It was like not kill humans or kill all the humans or like kill a couple and save the rest.
I don't want you to kill anyone.
No, okay, cool. I haven't done any of that, so far so good.
Smith.
Uh-huh.
It's all right. He takes a step over to you. As he gets closer to you, the heat begins to rise so intensely that if this were a physical manifestation that was happening right now, you're certain your eyes would be stinging like you were way too close to a fire. He leans over to the chair, puts his hands on your arms, which are resting on the armrest, and he leans down into your face, just a few inches away from your face, and he goes, I like you, Smith. I've always liked you. You have no reason to be nervous. None. You do great work for me. And you were not supposed to kill anyone, and you didn't, so you're accurate when you say you've done it right so far.
Yes. Yeah.
But you don't remember why I asked you to be up there, and that is troubling because why I sent you was very important, Smith.
Was it? It wasn't like water the plants or like take care of the fish or anything.
No, nothing like that. No, much more serious. When he says much more serious, his teeth are no longer human looking. They're slightly sharpened. And you start to feel his hands burning through your sleeves as he leans in close and he goes, now, I'm quite good at keeping my temper. You know me. And right now, you are challenging me. It's very difficult right now.
Could you give me a hint?
I'll give you a hint.
I'm okay at puzzles.
There is a necromancer.
Oh, you want them?
Yes. You see,
killed, revived, alive.
no.
Shit.
Killed. You
Killed,
had it right
killed.
the first time.
Yeah.
Killed.
Cad, I've had a lot on the brain.
I know. Listen, it's all right. Going
thank
up there
you.
can be very confusing, especially for my kind. It's very conflicting to look around all of creation and see that it still hasn't finished killing itself yet. It's all very frustrating. It should have happened by now. We've tried so many times and we've done so many horrible things. I
Yeah.
should say we've observed so many horrible things. Never forget, our mission is to not drive humanity into the darkness. Our mission is to simply record it while they do it to themselves, so that when the
That's
day
what it
comes,
was.
we can rub it in the old man's face. Now,
Right.
here's what I need you to do.
Okay. Let me
This-
just I'm gonna write it on my hand with this lollipop. Okay.
No, write it with this. And he pulls out a pen. And the tip of
Oh.
this pen, it's like this golden pen. And he goes, go ahead, write that there. And write down every word I say.
Okay.
Very important. Don't miss a beat.
Very
Ready?
important. Don't miss. Yep.
Now then,
Now then,
this necromancer.
this necromancer.
You begin to feel the cutting pain as you're writing this into your palm, this bladed pen carving into your flesh. And he just continues talking. Needs to die because
Needs
his
to
soul
die.
belongs to us.
Because his soul belongs to us. Oh yeah.
He is immortal. Keep
there's
going.
more words. Oh yeah. Okay.
He is a mortal that dabbled in necromancy.
Mortal that dabbled in neck.
That is
Okay.
my realm.
Your
And-
realm.
I'm a little angry about that because he didn't
Okay.
ask me.
Greedy.
So-
Rude.
Kill him for me so that
Kill
his soul can be mine for when the day
soul.
of darkness comes. He
Darkness.
will be a minion of hell.
Minion. I'm running out of space.
That's all right.
Minion. Hell.
Take your time.
Okay, got it.
You're good.
Oh, that was it. Okay. Oh wow, that's
And you see it's the cuts in your flesh begin to immediately fade and like they kind of sink into your arm. And he goes, now you'll never forget.
oh wow, Cad, you're always so kind with the creepy gifts.
Listen, Smith, I'm going to let you go back to your business now.
Cool.
But don't forget, if you need me, simply call my name.
And what was your full name again?
I only have a name, Smith. It's Cadmiel.
I call you Cad because I already. Yeah, I'll remember that. Thank you.
It's endearing, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's my intent.
Okie dokie. Well, let's get you back on the job then, shall we?
Thank you. Wow, I feel so. I feel so honored. Yep, I didn't pee at all. This is good.
Oh, and one for the road. And he tosses you a second lollipop. And when you catch it, you're standing in the parking lot, holding a lollipop in your hand that to
Fucking
everybody else
cherry
was not
again.
there a second ago.
Oh my gosh.
That is significantly less useful than a 9mm.
Is that like a poison lollipop?
No, but it's cherry flavored. Anybody want it?
Is
You
there
know, like
anything
grape.
wrong with
This
it?
is gross. No, it's just cherry's a gross flavor.
Okay,
Cast it from the earth if I could, but I don't have that power.
I'll take it. I could use some sugar.
Oh, good. Yeah, you're old. You should.
Yep.
That's a thing. Okay.
Okay, I still got it. Should we
Sure,
go? I mean,
Yeah, let's get our head in the game, everybody. And I start pulling out a sword from under a mat in the
Yes!
back of the van. And as I'm standing there with it, you realize that it looks exactly like a replica of one of the swords from the Lord of the Rings Bakshi version that's on the van. It's like a little rusted over and
Okay.
dusted over.
Like Sting.
Question. Is it like Noble Collection replica, or is it like somebody who didn't have the license and was mass producing this until they got a cease and desist replica?
Oh my
That
God,
one.
that question is nerdy.
Is it a Bandolph sword or a Gandalf sword?
I imagine, Jim, what would you say?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
no,
I guess Jim would have bought it, right?
my buddy made it.
Yeah, it's an
So the
heirloom
leather wrap is
replica.
actually foam. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, my buddy made it back in the day, and I've been taking care of it since.
Okay.
So,
All right. Alice looks at that
But
and
his
goes,
dad was a blacksmith, so.
Alice takes a look at that for a second. And she goes, "Is that Glamdring?"
Hey, you know your
yeah,
stuff.
I mean, like,
Cool.
Jeez. Yeah. It's a, I'd get
That's
something
cool.
a little bit more modern or a little bit more like from the
No, I
Peter
think that
Jackson
one's
version.
cool.
But
No,
thanks.
no,
I appreciate it. It's what I got.
Hey, Alice, come walk with me. Let's go.
No, I was. Oh, damn it.
Okay. Alice approaches you, Pops.
Yeah, I'm gonna take her into the forest. We're all walking. We're all prepped.
Yeah.
We know what we're
All right.
doing. We had a whole drive, so I'm
Okay.
gonna keep her by me. Come on, everyone.
Hey,
As you all
Smith,
begin to... Oh, go ahead.
you're right. I move in pretty close. You hate Cherry, and we both know that. What's going on?
I'm just going to throw something at you as soon as you lean in and notice the cherry. There's something that you see that others did not see, Jones, which is Smith has a slight wispy layer of smoke drifting off of his shoulders, like he just ran through a fire, and it singed him a little bit. No one else really noticed that until you.
I brush on his shoulder. The hell is that?
Oh shit. So you know how I work for the agency, and then I also the horns. I have to report to this angel demon fella. He's lovely, not mean, doesn't bully me or anything. That's where the candy came. We have to kill that necromancer. Like, kill them dead. Super dead. That's the deal. Okay, that's it. I'm not worried. I'm not. I gotta go pee though. I'm just really nervous. When I get nervous, I have to pee.
Smith, killing is so much more paperwork.
I know, but I'm not gonna do it. The paperwork.
I know.
Thank you, Jones. You are the best. I'll pat you on the back and start walking.
We need a theme song for Jones and Smith. It needs to be like a Cagney and Lacey spinoff, but Jones and Smith or something. All right. Well, here's what happens as this is all taking place. As you all begin to enter the forest, one of the rangers up on the hill gets on a megaphone and calls out to all of you that the park is closed. No one's permitted inside.
Oh,
You can hang out in the parking lot, but the park is closed.
How far away are they?
About 200 yards. They're up a hill. He's on a megaphone. It's one of those distant like call outs on a megaphone.
Run. Just run into the woods.
Like a bunch of fucking teenagers. That's all.
Yeah.
Like,
I grab Alice's hand and I'm like, all right, you ready? Go!
I think we should run.
oh my god.
All right. Well, I mean, without any prompting, you just see Pops grab Alice's hand.
Yeah.
Just as
Here's
she's going
my
like,
thing. 'Cause
Alice just goes, "What should we do?"
I'm activating what could go wrong. I'm gonna charge into immediate danger.
You were born to play this character, Gina DeVivo.
Yes, I was.
Okay,
could
so
go wrong?
what is this ability again? This is
This is
a
that
move
one that I
you
get to bank. I get to bank to hold on to either inflict harm, reduce harm, or be able to add to an act under pressure roll.
Amazing. Okay, make your roll.
Well, I get to hold on to those, so
Oh.
I just get to hold on to that too. I don't
Oh,
know
you
what
literally
the
get
danger
to declare
is.
that you're holding on to it. Okay.
Correct. Whenever I charge into immediate danger without hedging my bets, I get to hold 2.
That is literally what you did down to the definition.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, it's essentially, and correct me if I'm wrong, B, but it sounds like this move is something that, like, when shit gets real, you can. Gina will have the ability for Pops to trigger a move whenever she wants. That's on that hold. That's in.
I think it's a little like holding my action until a
Yeah,
thing
yeah, yeah,
happens
yeah.
that I can react to.
Right. Exactly.
With that
Okay.
one.
Cool. Okay. As you are pulling Alice along, I'm guessing everyone's running after them, or is anyone
I
lingering?
had my badge out. We were gonna
Right?
do this by
We
the
have a
book.
whole thing.
Dang, I'm getting thwarted
Oh.
this evening. I get to just be the beleaguered adult on full display.
Thwart Sam of the week is going to be.
Ah, dang, I was
Um,
already Captain Thwart.
So you find you
Talk
all find
faster.
yourselves-
Pops is
It
the
is.
normie.
it is not easy terrain to run through. Let me tell you. For anybody who is trying to move through this area, lots of fallen debris on the path. A lot of it has been cleared out. The Silver Creek Fire Department has done quite a good job getting rid of a lot of the debris through here and clearing out some of the space, as well as some of the town workers and whatnot. But it is still rough movement. You guys are jumping over rocks, jumping over fallen tree limbs, and pushing through. Lots of scrapes as y'all are running past tree limb, like twigs and whatnot that are still jutting out from fallen pines. But you are bolting off. You do hear the park rangers calling out after you to stop. And of course, none of you do. No one appears to be giving chase. You hear a few more call outs, but can't quite make out what they're being said as you all run deeper and deeper into the woods. After a few minutes of this, you get enough distance where at that point, Alice is like, I have to catch my breath for a sec.
You're telling me, kid.
There's no way they're getting paid enough to give a crap to actually follow us.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe they. I was just thinking, maybe they think we're just going to go LARP or something. And she points at your sword. I mean, they probably. I had a guild that used to meet here all the time.
Smith, heard.
Oh, so you LARP?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, used
yeah.
to. I used to.
Cool.
Yeah. We haven't been having meetups in the woods, obviously, because the stuff. But yeah, no, we still meet up. If you ever want like information or thing, there's a lot of Lord of the Rings people in our group.
Yeah. We all live through this. Yeah, I'll go. Sounds fun.
You
Yeah,
will?
it's a lot of fun.
What?
You're gonna go?
Yeah.
All right. That's awesome.
I meet one other magically inclined person. It's like, hooray,
Oh shit! She reaches into her backpack and pulls the book out, and she goes, "Okay, sorry, where are we? Okay, let me see.
Yeah, are we close to I don't really know the natural areas.
I used to know my way around here, but ever since the fire, it's been a little trickier. Okay, I think we should be. If I'm right, it's about 30 minutes walk this direction, and she points.
30 minutes. Holy but Jesus. Okay.
Well, that was when there was a path, so I don't know how long it's going to take us now, and it's going to be a little bit longer because do we have flashlights? It's getting late.
What, you can't see in the dark? Yeah, you don't.
Okay.
I got a cell phone.
Yep, smartphones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one
Okay.
too.
Okay.
Jeez, Smith.
Really? You got it back?
No, I still lost it. I was just trying to fit in.
I told you not to get the fancy one until you knew you could hang on to it, but no.
I'm still paying
You
for
wanted
it.
the graphics. Yeah, you were
wanted the
paying for it.
graphics.
You are on my family plan.
That's why I don't get anything in the mail for. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I'll have to come by and pick up some mail from your place then soon. So we should walk and talk.
All right.
Guide the way, smallest child.
She just nods and says, "Cool." Keeps the book open and starts kind of doing the awkward, like high leg steps as she's moving over some of the debris, and you all begin to move deeper into the woods. It doesn't take long for you all to start feeling a little safer in that, like, probably not being followed, at least not by the park rangers at the moment. Don't seem to be coming after you guys. So you continue tromping through the woods.
Right.
Sun begins to hang low in the sky. About 15, 20 minutes or so, of small talk and stepping over debris and avoiding twisted ankles, you all manage to eventually come to a stop in what looks like a pile of rubble. It looks like it looks like a pile of wood that is collected around the base of like a collection of rocks. We see like these big, like blackened, like cooked boards. These 4x4s have all just been piled up with rusted nails and whatnot sticking up out of them. Some of them look like they've crumbled to ash mostly from a fire, but some of them are still intact. And she goes, "Oh fuck, wow. Okay, it got the old hunter's blind. There used to be an old hunter's blind out here back when they still made them out of like wood, I guess, and it was a marker.
I don't know what a hunter's blind is. It's like a
Oh.
blindfold for hunters.
Oh, it's kind of
No,
like
it's-
a hut, like a little perch for when you're scouting out and looking for some prey.
It's stupid.
fun.
If you've ever played an FPS, basically you're camping all day,
yeah,
trying to kill
Ah.
something that happens along.
we used to call it the King's Court.
Okay, that answers my question. Thank you.
Um,
So does that mean
Okay.
we're close?
it's the marker that I used, but it means we need to start turning to the northeast from here. But
Okay.
she looks in the direction of the northeast, and you see it is just chaos. It's just piles of ash and fallen trees everywhere. And she just says, none of this looks familiar. I can take us in the direction, but we might have a tricky time finding where to go after that.
Like because of lack of compass?
Well, yeah, and because the terrain has changed a lot. I mean, I've only been here
All
a couple
right,
of times.
I download a compass app on my phone
You
because
pull out
I'm a
your phone.
normal person.
You're also out in the middle of rural central California in a woods area. So as you pull out your phone, you see the X no service.
Mhm.
What's up?
Yeah. Something about Jones tells me
Oh,
they were a scout. Like they have some was a scout as a kid.
Former
energy.
recon marine?
yeah.
Oh, you mean like
But-
a Boy Scout?
Right.
iPhones
See, I
have-
didn't want to pick what flavor of that, so I just went
Oh,
with scout.
just a scout. Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
I also didn't know whether or not they're non-Jewish, so I didn't want to call them a Goy Scout, which would also be the other self.
Right.
Nice.
But yeah, wouldn't make the
There's
presumption.
a lot
They
about
might-
Jones we don't know.
They might yet be of the tribe. We don't know. I
Mhm.
don't think so. They have very but anyway. So all of that is to say that I think they would be well suited to some sort of, I don't know, cool role, like they seem like they're good at navigating. They seem like they have orienteering.
I think that's fair. Do you want to
and-
make a move
and,
here?
and
Yeah,
may I assist because iPhones have a pre-compass, and
that's true.
if you turn everything off, it still works. Like I have it in airplane mode,
Did you-
and
did
it's
you just
still
test
there.
it?
Testing it out.
Yeah, I was like, wait, let's see if it works. It do.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say
So
you can do an assist.
I hand it to you, Coach Jones.
All right.
I'm like, here you go. This thing looks right.
I mean, it's
Okay.
upside. No, it's fine. I think it's act under pressure.
I wouldn't say this is a pressure kind of situation.
Yeah, but it's not really investigative mystery.
You know what? I am going to say it's under pressure because you guys technically are on a time limit at this point.
Hmm.
You do.
Oh.
You are trying to get to this tree as quickly as possible. You do know that something bad is supposed to happen tomorrow, and as for all you know, that could be midnight tonight. So,
Hey, give me a man after midnight.
so,
But
Sorry, I can only offer you a Tran.
so
since I held my thing, may I donate my 2 to this act under pressure roll to get us there
Sure.
quickly?
Yeah.
All right, so
I
add
like
a
that,
plus
that.
2.
in which case, roll plus cool.
All right. Plus cool +2.
Mhm.
All right. 10.
Okay. Looking
Both
at the
best.
compass, enough of what remains of what was, that even though Alice seems to have trouble really seeing what you can see all the clear markers of well-traveled terrain underneath all of the pile of rubble and death and destruction that the fire brought to this forest. You can still see like the areas where a lot of the soil was already kind of compacted from lots of trail walking. Might not be easy to spot if you weren't trained at doing this. You do see a clear path forward. Just it's going to be a little slow going.
Okay.
Can I help Alice find it?
Yeah.
I'd rather than sort of take point
Mm-hmm.
and do that, because I know under the hood she still needs some confidence boost. Not in this particular arena, but it's about like it's setting the emotional stage.
Mhm.
It's setting up the momentum of confidence after confidence. So
Okay.
rather than like out of my way, I'll find it, you can't because it's dark or whatever. I'd love to guide her toward it with what I know and sort of coach her through getting there.
Okay.
Because she can get us there.
You start asking
Okay.
her the questions. What do you see? Do you see anything that looks like that? She basically starts getting coached, as it were. As she's looking around and answering some of your questions, eventually, just from the right amount of like question asking and sort of guidance, she does finally pipe up and go, wait, I think that's it. I think we can go this way. And she points off slightly away from the path where you can see where the actual path that you spotted is, Jones. She looks like she's finally seeing what you saw, thanks to encouragement and asking her, like, what do you know about this place? Well, do you see anything that looks like this? Because that might be able to help us. And she goes, no. Oh, but maybe there. And then, yes, she has the revelation and kind of proudly announces to everybody that she's discovered which direction to go.
Ah, well,
Wow.
which direction?
Follow me. All right. The lot of you once again tromp away. Nicely done.
Good
Good
job,
night.
Alice.
Good job, student.
Hand the phone back to Pops.
I give you a nice wink when you hand it to me.
Yeah, we exchanged dad energy.
Yeah, it's full dad energy. Yeah.
While y'all are walking, at one point, Alice does kind of like match your speed. So the two of you are kind of walking side by side queue. And she just says, so you're the only other person I've met that even believes in magic.
Oh, yeah. My family has lived in the area for a long time, and they kind of they've become aware of the bad things that happen in this town. And
How
my
long
dad
has your
kind of
family
found
lived
out.
here?
Huh?
Sorry, I just that. How long has your family been around this part of town?
Oh, I mean, my dad's kind of been here for forever. Really, he knows a lot about how I'm trying to do the things in my head. I'm like, how do I talk around this? He's aware of all the bad things that go on at school. So when I was going to end up going there, he wanted to make sure that I knew how to protect myself. Like self-defense class for a kid who gets bullied, sort of thing. And
yeah.
So yeah, found out through a contact that I know how to do the stuff on the inside, that I'm magically inclined, and so I've always been kind of working on it, but I don't have anybody to talk about it with either.
Your mom, did she do magic as well? Does your dad?
Not really around. Just
yeah. And so your dad doesn't do magic.
No, my dad's incredibly normal. Yeah, you could blends right in with everybody else, basically.
Well,
hey, when we get back to reality, after all of this is done, the Necromancer's dead and everything. Would you mind not mentioning all of
Oh
this
God,
to
no,
everybody?
listen,
Just
yeah, same. I would
Yeah.
appreciate it.
like I
That'd
just
be
I just
great.
don't want anybody knowing I hang out with the janitor, you know.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah.
It's been
And-
weird.
Or like I'm friends with the teachers, and it's
Oh
you know,
shit!
it's hard
Yeah,
enough being
no,
a high school student.
yeah, no, I was friends with the librarian for a while, and some kids found out about school, and
Yeah, they're awful. I
Stupid.
have like no friends. I just want to be a wallflower and like get through this, and then maybe move one day.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna brush that right now with my dad.
I wish I could move.
You
I have to stay here.
like a witch thing, or just like
Yeah.
a family thing?
No,
Yeah.
it's like a witch
Oh.
thing.
Jeez.
Yeah.
She
She kind of glances back at everybody and then looks at you again and says, "So, like, one of the things that happened when they formed the Coven, the Circle Keepers, is that we're kind of bound to this place. We can't leave." And my mom and I had a bit of a fight over that because I don't want to be here, and as it turns out, I
Yeah.
can't leave ever, like ever.
What if we deal with Babalaz? Like he's the main baddie for your coven, right? It could.
Yeah, but Circle Keepers, they're not. You play D&D.
Yeah. You know.
Okay,
kinda-
Circle Keepers are kind of true neutral. They don't really. They're kind of not. The way my mom always described them is they're not necessarily like the champions of good, but they're not bad either. But it just means that, like most people, they've done some shitty things from what I've been told. But they've
Got it.
also done some really good things too, like really good things. But they have done shitty things, like teaching Babalaz magic. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking when they did that, but that was like 200 years ago, so I can't be too mad, I guess. It's just like they're all dead.
Yeah.
So
Sort of a greater good kind of thing.
I don't know what the story was. My mom never wanted to talk about it. I don't know if she ever knew, or if she did, she didn't want to tell me.
Well, you know, if you need any help after this, we could maybe look into like seeing if there's any loopholes to these old magic tomes and things. There's sometimes a way out, you know, for another time. I don't want to put you on the spot on anything. I know.
Yeah,
We already got
No,
enough
it's
to
fine.
deal with.
I don't want to get my hopes up. Like
Yeah.
I've tried leaving. I ran away when I was 12, and that didn't go so well.
Oh, geez.
I fell asleep at a bus stop, and I woke up in my bed.
Ugh.
And my mom was kind of, I told you so, all about it. And we had a big fight, and I ran away every day that week, and it was the same thing. One night I tried to stay up all night. I made it as far as Bakersville. God. And I tried staying awake all night. I went into the 7-Eleven. I almost got busted because I stole coffee out of the machine and ran out the door. I was doing everything I could just to stay awake.
And then the second
I
you
was
were
in my
out,
bed,
just-
the second midnight struck. It wasn't even that late. But every time it strikes midnight, it's like I blink back into my bed. It's the most ridiculous thing. It's the most ridiculous thing.
I am so sorry. That's just
Stupid? Shitty?
Yeah.
Not fair?
Magic's
Yeah.
dumb a lot of the time. Look at these. I have to wear these, and it's just my doily little white gloves. This is the
fights
only
a
thing.
smile.
Yeah,
You-
yeah.
She's like, I'm
I-
sorry.
I look like a Florentine butler. And there's nothing else that works. At least not in the city limits, or that's not thousands and magic is expensive and stupid.
Well,
There, I said it.
why do you wear those though?
It's my casting focus. I can't do the big fire stuff without it. You know.
We're gonna get you new gloves.
Say what?
We're gonna get you new gloves.
Please, yes. I have tried wands. I have tried
Okay.
enchanted necklaces, baubles,
That-
everything.
We're gonna make a deal right
Doily
now.
gloves. Yeah,
You save my life, and I'll get you new gloves. Deal?
please. This is a very good day for me. Outside of the impending disaster, if it all goes well, I will think back on today as a very good day. Thank you, Alice.
Deal. Okay.
We should probably catch up with the.
Actually, at about that point, you begin to feel it, Q. It feels like the memory of nausea. Not necessarily nausea itself, but just the memory of it. Like your body is just kind of like not going through the sensations. It just feels it. And it feels like the land around you is sick. And it kind of hits you immediately. You just kind of feel this sort of, and she slows down too, like she too is experiencing it. About that point, the rest of the group, you all catch up to the two kids up front. You can see them kind of shifting their demeanor a little bit, but she goes, "This place feels sick. This is way worse than it was last time. We
Then
must be really close."
Jinx.
Jinx, no, you got it first. Sorry.
So this is good. Yeah, I don't really feel the sickness. It just kind of feels like Earth. Are we good to keep moving forward?
Yeah,
Nobody's
guards up.
gonna throw up or anything.
No. It's more just like everything feels kind of gross. But yeah.
Okay. Because I don't have any paper bags. If you're gonna throw up, do it away from me.
Deal.
Thank you.
When you all come to the open clearing, you do in fact see a large swath of earth where ash has not fallen. And instead, it just looks like dirt that is circled around a horrifying, gnarled-looking ancient tree that looks like tree after tree after tree has kind of grown into itself. The trunk itself is probably close to about 12 feet in diameter and does not tower up overhead, but instead looks like something out of Poltergeist. It kind of gnarls and twists and stretches up maybe about 30 to 35 feet into the air and then branches off like somebody took somebody's fingers and split each finger into two while they were grasping at the sky.
I love
You can
it.
see the trunk itself looks like it glistens with human blood. And even if you are not magically inclined, everyone here feels like this place is wrong.
Okay.
The dirt, when you step into this clearing, the soil feels dead. It feels like powder. Not a single bacterium could be found in this. Everything in this clearing is completely dead. And as ash blows, every time the wind picks up, somehow none of it enters into the clearing.
Well, this place is disgusting.
Great, we found the evil haunted tree.
That's it.
So this is gonna be pretty easy, right? We just go in, we destroy, and we get home for dinner and a barbecue.
Barbecue sounds good.
Barbecue sounds great.
Sure.
Oh, you're actually gonna go. Thank you. I smack Smith on the chest.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean,
Letty will be happy.
Sure, fine.
Any last minute reviews of the book we need to know?
She goes, "Oh, that's a good idea." She opens and starts thumbing through it. I'll let you decide who sees him as he steps out from behind the tree. But as she's thumbing through the book, you see stepping out from behind the tree is a very timid-looking Mr. Bailow, kind of awkwardly stepping out from behind the branch as he leans out and goes, "Y'all are not supposed to be here."
Oh, hey, Mr. P!
She looks up, kind of startled. Mr. P? No.
I
Bailow.
push Alice
P for
behind
principal.
my back.
Oh.
And I start walking towards the principal.
He throws his hands up and goes, "Don't, Pops, please don't come close to me. Don't come anywhere near me."
Why? What's going on, bud?
None of y'all are supposed to be here.
Okay, we're here though, so what's the next part of your evil plan?
It's not my plan. You all need to leave now.
Are you a part of this?
No.
Or-
Yes. But
Do you
no.
want to be a part of this?
Oh, that's good. Yeah, are you a victim? Do you need help?
Read about
Or are you
situation.
evil? Yeah.
Read a bad situation. That is a good call for the move. Go ahead and make your roll.
Yeah.
Plus sharp.
Ho. As a tactical genius, I get to roll plus cool, making this a 12.
Nice.
A 12. Oh yeah, he's
good
not
number.
in control. Yeah. Jones, you can see it all over his face. You've seen this before. This man is not in control of himself right now. He is behaving like he is struggling to keep himself contained. Everything about this, from mission files that you've read in the supernatural and the things that you've experienced, screams possession or somebody who is in the middle of fighting back a presence. The
Alright.
bad situation, you kind of get the feeling that yes, you are in monologue before battle mode right now. is your read of the situation. Like, this man is being sent out to talk to you all, and it looks like he's taking the rare moments that he has control of himself to try to save you all from dying.
Okay.
Smith, this is a code 33.
All right. Hey, you and me. You remember we got a favor. We're in this together. We're a bunch of really boring men at a boring high school. You know what I mean?
Pops, please. He just lowers his head. He's like,
Pops
you
is
don't
helping.
understand. I cannot stop him.
Oh, don't worry, because we can. And then he just whips out his mop from behind him.
Oh man, anime style, just like the lines just turn as you pull out the mop.
We're gonna get your body back, bud.
Pops, you're doing great. And while Pops has that moment, what is my name? Smith is going to kind of like toss his jacket onto the ground, and then stride over to P for principal.
Okay.
Mr. P, the principal.
Mr. P?
Mr. Bailau.
Yeah, Bailau, but I really like the mislettered letter, which is slightly
Mhm.
meant for him.
Yeah.
My other monstrous move is called Mental Dominion. It's a word.
Okay.
When I gaze into a normal human's eyes and exert my will over their will, I can roll charm, and then I can spend my hold to give them an order. Yeah, while holding 3 to make them do things. And I don't, because I'm not a big fan of like the whole like mental conquering. If
I hear
I
ya.
could flavor this to kind of like, I can mentally free his will from the will that's taking over it.
Yeah, as opposed to like full on V5 dominate, where you're
Yeah.
basically taking someone's sentience and making it your plaything for a few minutes. Instead, this is more of like you're seeing the chains that are on his brain right now, and you're
Code
going over there
33.
and trying to pick the lock. Yeah.
36,
Mm.
31, one of those.
It was
Yeah.
definitely 33.
Okay.
I have a
make your
sudden
roll.
moment of horror realizing Smith doesn't know the numbers. Smith never.
Notes?
I
didn't
made
study.
flashcards for him before the test.
You put them all around the car so I'd see them too when we were driving places.
Oh god, yeah. Yep.
What am I adding to this? I'm adding charm. That's a healthy 7.
Okay.
Hey, mixed success.
Yeah,
So-
successful, but
So you basically
gonna
you
grab him by
make
the shoulders.
contact.
Mhm.
You, as you stride in, he's grabbing his head and trying not to make eye contact with you. Grab him by the shoulders, and as you make, he looks up at you, and as you make eye contact, it's not him staring at you. You
Mm-mm.
immediately see someone else behind the eye staring back at you, and it's kind of a Gandalf Saruman Theoden moment where all of a sudden you hear another voice coming out of his mouth and go, "This space is occupied, I'm afraid. Go find your own."
Motherfucker. And I'm gonna like smack him in the forehead. I know Smith does know it doesn't do anything, but god darn does it feel good.
You smack him in the forehead and he stumbles back a little bit, and you hear Mr. Bailow's voice go, "Ow!" And he says, "Silence!"
That's a possession if ever I've seen one.
Oh, that's exactly what this is. Come on, humans, keep up.
Sorry. First one I've ever seen in person.
Oh, congrats. This is actually a really good one to see for your first.
Smith, focus.
Yes.
Please.
Are we speaking with the
Jones knows and is leaving Smith to dry.
Yeah, everyone's staring as Smith pulls out his notepad and starts like,
Bullet
"Is
journal,
this?"
please a bullet journal for Smith.
Oh, he would really benefit from it. Bavelas.
You know my name. And
Yeah,
you
bro.
are?
Oh, I'm Mr. Smith, student counselor. He's also a teacher. No, I'm a monster hunter. I work for the local agency. It's not really that local, but like you gotta do this stuff to make a living. Could you jump out of the body so we could talk?
I'll make you a deal.
If I sold my soul, I'll make any deal.
Oh, good.
I'm soulless.
It's like this.
Mm-hmm.
Wait here with me till midnight, and then you can have this body back.
I see what you're doing. Okay, and Smith is gonna turn right around and walk back to everybody.
I'll make you another deal.
Oh, yeah. Option 2, door 2.
Wait until midnight, and I can get you your soul back. I smell demon all over you.
Oh.
All I need is a name.
Fuck, you need his name? You think I remember? Yeah. I'm interested. And then like he'll look back at Jones.
Yeah, I mean, the rest of you are like hearing this for the first time. Alice too is just staring in bewilderment as this conversation is happening.
Okay. So you'll just like, will you stay right here until midnight? Like not move?
That is the plan.
Awesome. Just stay there. I'm just gonna look at your tree. I'm not doing anything suspicious. Can I cut off a large limb of this tree? Like a stick?
You can certainly make the attempt.
Okay.
If you would like. You do have a sword, if I remember correctly.
A great sword, because I don't actually have any ammunition. I just took the huge sword for
Yes.
+3 harm. And it's heavy.
Okay. All right. If you are going to go at that tree, it's not really an initiative roll in this game, if I remember correctly. It's just go.
Yeah.
Yes, I would say go ahead and make an attack on that tree. Let's see. Whenever you... Okay, that's...
I'm going to roll plus tough.
Yep.
Which,
Do your
believe it or
thing.
not, I'm not very tough, because I have a lot of
Although,
pluses.
yeah, and so in this game, for anybody who's watching in this particular PBTA game, this is literally called Kick Some Ass. So if you're an old school fan of Dick and Johnson, this might actually ring very familiar to you. But go ahead and roll plus tough, and we'll see what happens.
Tragically, no gum chewing in this.
I am
system.
completely
I know.
flabbergasted by Mr. Smith and have zero reactions. I'm just like,
Yeah, everyone. Alice too is just kind of like, what is going on right now?
Let's see if he's faking.
And
This
what are you doing?
explains so many smells.
I got an 8.
An 8.
Not bad. Let me double
Okay,
check
so
the kick
choose
some ass.
10 plus. So you, and whenever you're fighting in the conflict to inflict harm upon others, the amount of harm is based on established dangers in the game. That usually means you inflict harm rating of your weapon on your enemy, and your enemy inflicts harm rating, their harm rating on you. Oh, okay. So this is literally this is kind of like STO or STA rather, where it's sort of like you guys trade blows.
Yes.
Okay. So you're using a sword though, yeah? Okay, so it's 7. Oh, so at a 7+, you guys hit each other basically.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then the harm is just established based on the weapons. So I'm +3. Let me just see if I can add
Ooh.
anything to it. Probably not.
And he's plus tree. 'Cause he's-
Oh, I'm
tree.
not. I do have something to add. I have an
It's
extra.
a
You're not my
dirty
son.
tree.
Ah.
It ignores armor as well.
Oh, that's good to know. All right. So how much damage is that?
3 and ignores armor. I'm really good
Okay.
at doing like heavy hitters. I'm not good at anything else, believe it or not.
So is there anything special about the sword? Is it supernatural in any way, or is it just a blade?
So hear me out. This might have been what he sold his soul for.
He's a weapons collector and is like, damn, that's a
Yeah.
sweet replica. If I can get my hands on that.
Oh gosh, please tell me you were like a barely post-adolescent like sword guy who made just the worst life choice and is paying
Good
it
times,
off.
good
and has been
since.
paying the consequences ever since. Like a really bad choice at 19 years old.
Yup.
Again, I think it's a cloud sword. I can't remember what it's called.
The Buster Sword.
Yeah,
Buster
it's just
Sword.
a replica
Yeah.
of the Buster Sword.
Yep. No,
Excellent.
I know this sword guy. I know this sword guy in my heart.
Oh my God.
So like that's a really like getting my soul back. Like the sword's fucking cool, but he's so over it. But yeah, that gives you a picture of what the sword is like as he's trying to hack away.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's
So
close.
here's the two things that take place. You see in this moment of tension, as it looks like it's clearly Smith is doing a piss poor job at like lying his way through this, like being smooth about it. He's like, yeah, sure, I'm into the soul thing, like heavily winking at his partner. And then you just turn in full Braveheart charge up to that tree.
Ah!
The sword impacts, and sure enough, you do see little chips of wood go splintering off as you slam into it. And you see the body of Mr. Bailow stiffen suddenly, like somebody just put a volt of electricity through him. And the tree, you see the branches go, they bend down, and there is a crushing attack that has a restraining quality. It is going to do 3 harm. As you just see these branches crack and break and just reach down and wrap around Smith and bind you up. 3 harm
That's
is
not great.
no joke in this game. That you just see Smith get completely tangled up.
Crack. Is it my bones or is it the trees? Who knows?
Who knows? Thankfully, there's enough pressure on you right now that you don't have to find out until after that pressure is relieved.
Good.
But your whole body hurts right now.
Help.
We are in a fight now.
Yep.
It looks like Jones has been completely wrapped up in this thing.
Smith.
Oh, sorry, Smith. I
No.
told Sam, I'm like, for some reason, I just keep confusing the two of you throughout the entire. It's Jones and Smith. Yeah,
We get that a
The
shocking
two
amount.
fakest names that an agent
I know.
can have.
I know. It's
No.
literally Jones and Smith. Yeah.
Look, I
And it's-
asked for McCullough, but that was 3 covers ago because somebody had to go talking about how he sold his soul, and now we're gonna have to move again. I hope he realizes that.
Yeah.
It does strike me as kind of funny that you're 2 of the agents, and those are played by both Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones,
Oh,
and y'all are
I
Jones
have
and Smith.
no idea what you're talking about.
oh, what pop culture?
I have
No.
no idea what you're talking
Oh.
about.
Sam and I don't pop culture. Come on.
Mm.
I mean, but like I don't.
We don't.
But I do have opinions on neuralizers.
Yes.
All right.
Strong opinions.
And on saving my partner.
Okay.
I feel like a pretty decent shot. / Smith has not endeared himself to me recently.
Oh, no.
No, but seriously, the kind of weapons I get are not of the sword variety; they are of the gun variety, and I do have my assault rifle with me.
Okay.
And I'd like to try to shoot the branch that is entangling my partner. I almost said friend there.
Okay.
Gosh, imagine making a mistake
Oh,
like that. That'd be
thank
so
God you
embarrassing.
didn't say that.
Silly.
Also, real quick, just as a side note, I forgot to tell you this, but B, don't forget to mark down the unstable box if you hadn't done that yet.
Oh, I haven't
Did you hit
seen
Unstable's
four?
at 4 or more.
Unstable
Yeah.
is 4 or more damage is unstable.
Yeah, I just hit. Oh, you know why I am at 4 because I got hit before.
Mhm.
Oh,
Before.
right. I forgot about that.
My character sheet erased, but that's okay. We're gonna go from here.
Um,
Oh, cool.
So remind me, an unstable basically means that
Every turn, whatever
every
you want to
turn
make
you're
that is. Yep, I lose a box.
you lose another. You take another harm for every turn until you stabilize.
You got it.
Okay. Ooh, that's bad.
Right.
okay, I can work on that
Okay,
a little bit.
so go ahead and
I-
kick some ass.
I've got medic.
You've got medic.
Oh,
Okay.
sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, sweetness. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jones, go ahead and kick some ass.
I have expertise in saving my butt.
How many people want to kick some ass?
This guy, this guy. 14.
Good.
14. Well, that was
Good.
Monster of the Week. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, everybody. Sam just killed the entire game.
Yeah. How did you? How'd you guys save that magical situation? We shot a tree.
Yeah, he is. You completely hold the advantage. All hunters involved in the fight get +1 forward.
Thank heck.
You will suffer no
+1.
harm from this attack at all, which makes sense because you're shooting. So everyone is going to for the next rolls that you make against this tree, you're getting a +1 no matter what it is.
Mhm.
If you're involved in the fight, you get a +1 forward. So for the next roll, you get a +1 to the roll. Your attack inflicts double the normal harm. And your attack drives the enemy away from in a route. So what I'm going to rule is it can't be driven
I think
away.
I picked just one.
Oh, is that right? Instead,
Yes, it's on a
pick
12
an
plus
enhanced
instead
effect.
pick an enhanced effect. As much
Okay,
as I
cool.
would love
That's correct.
to just
All of this shit
have
to be
the
happening.
combo platter,
That's
that
correct.
would
You're
be
right.
fantastic.
But you get to choose 2 extra effects because instead pick an enhanced effect. Okay, go ahead. So
Yeah,
if you want, so here's what I was going to say. If you want, since we're replacing the drive the enemy away in a route, if you want, we could say that is going to cause the enemy to drop.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Smith.
That is
Okay.
exactly the outcome that I want. So
Um,
then I will take 3.
How much damage is that total?
Um,
How much harm does your
I do
gun
3.
do? 3, so 6 total.
Um,
No, because you're not doubling
No,
it. So
I do 3. Yeah, because I'm not doubling it. I would love to double it, but no. Getting Smith is absolutely the higher priority. So maybe since I am not electing to take no harm, it's a shoot and retrieve. And so that puts
Oh, I
me
see.
enough into the way in order to get Smith
Okay.
that I probably get whacked.
Okay. Yes, you're going to get whacked. So as you get up there and grab Smith, it actually uses its attack, which is called whap.
so good.
Are you sure? Okay.
As when Smith hits the
Wet ass
ground,
plant.
What a pine tree.
Smith.
Yeah.
First of all, Smith, your body is covered in what from the outside might look like tree sap, but you know is thick, congealed old blood that has been running off of the bark. So it's smeared all over your body, and it does not smell great. It's enough to kind of make you a little nauseated. Thankfully, your partner who comes and rescues you is completely immune to the effects of the stench. As they run up and just grab hold of you, the pain in your body, something definitely broke. You're not sure what it is because everything from pretty much the shoulders down hurts like a son of a bitch right now.
Come on,
You're
buddy.
being
Come on.
dragged out of
Get
there.
out of here.
As you're being dragged, y'all see Jones heroically pulling Smith out of the zone, like dragging him across like the dirt back to you all. The tree gets in one good lick from one of its tree branches, kind of, and that's going to be 2 harm, and it's forceful. So it kind of sends you tumbling to the ground.
All right.
You get Smith out of there, but you eat dirt on the way, Jones. As this thing
Told you about
whaps
that anime
hard.
sword.
I'm charging in.
All right.
Oh,
And
God.
may I do this with a what could go wrong? Charging into immediate danger without thinking.
What could go wrong?
My intention is to tackle Mr. Bailout. Because I think maybe they're the same eyeballs. If I take away one, they won't see what's coming. So I am thrusting my body at the problem.
Okay.
And
you're
and
gonna
in
try
his
to-
mind, in his mind, he could hear a bit of the conversation that the kids were having up ahead, and
Mhm.
he's just imagining that normal people need to do things to make it right too. And that just because you're not special doesn't mean that you can't make a difference. And that's all that he's thinking is like, show your kid that you can make a difference even if you're not special. And he's just charging at Mr. Bailau.
All right.
All right.
Season 1 of Korra right now. Just charge in there. Surrounded by benders. Here comes the janitor. I got this.
I gotta do good.
You're going to tackle Mr. Bailau?
Yeah.
Don't clean up duty.
So what is this? Is this
This is going to be a kick-ass roll.
This is a kick-ass roll. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay.
So it's plus tough.
8.
8. Okay, so you're going to get... So in whatever you inflict harm on each other, the harm is based on the established dangers of the game. Yep, okay. So you are going to tackle...
I don't want to inflict harm because this is still a person. The intent is to just like grapple. So I've got my mop. I'm trying to like pin him down.
Let's protect someone.
Hold up then, because I don't want that. Yeah, because then that's going to trigger something else. Because you're not actively attempting to harm anybody. You're literally. So what I'm going to say is.
Yeah, I go bowling with this guy sometimes.
Suffer. Okay, so it's the exact same stat. It's plus tough, but I'm going to roll protect someone. I'm going to roll to protect someone, which is you protect them, okay, but you'll suffer some or all of the harm that they are going to get.
Okay.
So you basically collide with Mr. Bailau, and it looks like he is in pain when you collide with him, like he's trying to get his senses back, and you just tackle him to the ground. The two of you flop down onto the ground, and you land hard on some of these thick, gnarled tree roots. The two of you roll off to the side. Take 2 harm from that.
Okay. Can I I'm going to immediately reduce one of my own harm with my hold.
Okay.
So I fall on my elbow and I hurt myself, but I remember to roll just a little bit this way so that I don't then injure like a rib or something, which would make it a little bit
break
harder.
Something.
So I only take 1 harm.
Okay. That was epic. You've gotten Mr. Bailau out of harm's way. You two you've tackled him and you've rolled down this like huge slump of roots out of harm's way of the tree itself. So you're just out of reach. What is up, Joey?
I want to ask Alice a quick question, and then depending on the reaction.
We lost your vocals. You're muted now. Can't hear you.
Oh no! What happened?
Nothing.
What happened?
I don't know. He was in the middle of saying something, and then it just went. Bleh. I just won you your life away.
Magic.
Did you unplug something?
What did you do, Joey? What did you do?
This is harder to troubleshoot because, like,
I don't know.
Nothing.
No. Worst comes to worst, come run into my room.
I cast stasis on Joey.
Maybe
Excellent.
leave and
All right.
come back. Yeah. There you go.
He's gonna pop out and come back. On a side note, hi, welcome back. We still can't hear you.
Yeah, we can hear him.
We can.
Yeah, it came
Right?
out. My mic just.
Oh, there you are. Yeah,
Apologies,
there you
everybody.
are. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
I say over to Alice, I go, hey, if I pull Bavalaz out of Bailau, that's not gonna like end the world or anything, right?
She looks at you completely uncertain. She goes, I don't know. I've never done possessions before.
Well, let's see what happens. And I would like to use magic to try and pull a spirit or curse out of the person, place, or thing it is inhabiting. I would like to try to depossess our Bailau.
Nice.
Okay.
I don't know if this is big magic or not, or if it's just magic.
No, that's let's see. Yeah, big magic is like something. Spell needs to be cast in a particular place or time.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time, a lot of people, a lot of
days
items.
or weeks. Yeah,
got it.
Big magic is like
cool.
world-shattering, like powerful kind of stuff. But
like
yeah,
a pint of my blood for some reason Smith would never explain.
Exactly.
All right, here we go. So this is a depossession spell. That is an 11.
Nice. Your magic works without issues. Yeah.
Yeah. So I am just sort of maintaining a psychic connection, and I have magic pulling in one direction behind me and one direction forward. And I'm just trying to grab onto the magical force inside of him and yank it out to the anchor point behind me. So you just see waves rippling between the hand in front and in back.
You can feel the tethers, this necromantic like energy to you in your eyes as you're looking at this, Q. You can see like tendrils of misty, like bloody, like tentacles wrapped around Bailau as he is on the ground. You just essentially like reach out with your will and begin to summon forth the magic to grab all those tentacles, almost in like a big bee's hand kind of style of grabbing them and pulling. It comes on so powerfully and so quickly and so skillfully that the necromancer possessing the body was not expecting another magic user to lay on an attack, and it takes him completely by surprise. From your perspective, Pops, Mr. Bailout all of a sudden seizes up like he just had volts of electricity sent through his body. He just, and as he does this tension, he just, and you see in your vision of being able to view into the arcane, you see the necromancer being torn, screaming from his body. You could see this like overlay of a second person being pulled out of his back as he's fighting to hold on. It's almost like you can see into Bailau's body, and this ghost-like apparition is gripping Mr. Bailau's ribs like he's trying to hold on to a handlebar and not lose his possession of the body. But his fingers slip. The incorporeal form begins to pull away, and Bailau screams in agony and blacks out. As this guy goes hurtling across the open space and into the anchor point that you had designated, like a magnet just being pulled violently across the clearing. And he comes to a stop. He is gaunt and rotted. He is a D&D lich, like right out of the player's guide or the monster's manual. He just looks horrific, like sort of wispy white hair just kind of cascading down a skull-like face with pieces of flesh here and there, exposed teeth, sunken eyes with like little red twinkles in the darkness that seem to symbolize an intelligence that's still alive. And he looks at his ghostly hands, these skeletal rotting hands, as he looks at himself, and he glances at you and he says, "Oh, very good. Very, very good."
Hey.
And
hi, I found the thing. Can we kill it now?
Oh, yeah.
Who's watching the tree?
The closest person to the tree, you realize, Pops, is you.
Is me.
Who's
Okay. I drop the body because we're already on the ground. So I just like, I let the body go, and I kind of like really quickly like kick some leaves over him so he's hidden a little bit at a panic.
The tree won't know now.
Yeah, and I pick up, is there like some branches or anything on the ground
From what
around us? Yeah, from the shot, is there anything?
Yeah, unfortunately, from the sword strike and the shot, what you're getting is chips, like wood chips that have flown off from the strike.
Oh, how about this? I run towards the tree to like do something at it. Because I think, oh, he's detached from the body. The tree can't move. I don't know magic. I'm just fighting. Right. So, and I want to trip over the roots. Oops. Do I find something helpful in this moment?
Is that like one of your moves?
It is my only moves. Is my only moves.
Oops your way forward.
Oops my way forward. I got no weapons that can help. I've just seen a sword and a gun not do anything to this tree. So I'm just going to dig and investigate and figure out how to kill this tree.
Yes. Okay. Oops.
Oops.
You trip over one of the thick roots that has swollen up out of the ground and is kind of like snaking along the earth, much like you saw the roots do at the bottom of the school. And you think you might see a skeletal hand underneath one of these roots.
Yeah.
It takes a moment as you kind of trip over and fall down. It doesn't look like his because it's wearing a watch.
Oh.
It might be one of those newspaper clipping people. Might be significant, might not be. It's hard to say, but there it is. You've tripped over this tree, and you can see as the roots have begun to pull up out of the earth, it has rather accidentally revealed the things that have been feeding the tree.
I start digging at the roots.
Okay. You start digging at the roots. The roots don't react to you. It's not, they're a little focused on the thing that just pulled them out of the body.
Yeah.
You just start digging.
I'm digging under the tree.
A corpse. There is a corpse, probably more than one under this tree.
Great. I'm looking for the one that looks the oldest. You got to burn the bones. They always say that in old movies.
It's enough.
What movies are you watching?
I don't know.
It's enough to get
Right? You got to get the
attention.
bones to set to hollow ground or something. I don't know.
Babalaz glances over and gives a very intense stare at Alice, who takes a step back and goes, "Oh, you are the last one. My. Maybe there'll be a reward for all of you bringing her to me. I can finally put this to rest, so to speak." And then suddenly he stops and his brow furrows. You see a bit of the flesh stretch across, and you swear in that brief moment that all of you that are standing nearby, you looking up Jones from the ground and you, Quinn, staring right at him, that you see him kind of look disoriented for a moment, and then his eyes shoot over in the direction of Pops, who's from what you can all tell, and in the process of digging up a corpse underneath the tree. And you see his intense stares and his mouth hangs open. He goes, "Ah." And Pops,
Yeah.
he's coming at you. The tree is gonna is gonna try to harm you.
Oh, dang.
Can Jones protect?
I got you out of the line.
Yeah, so we're I know we're not super close. I just know I can't protect that.
Yeah. I mean, respectfully, if I get thwapped, I'm in the exact same spot you are.
Okay.
And I got the heals.
That's true.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a roll here.
Okay, how do I protect myself?
Pops.
Oh, wait, I have harm mitigation now. I have the flak jacket.
Oh, that reminds me. Don't forget, Pops, you have armor on. You're wearing
I do have armor on.
You're wearing big, thick pads that you stole from the school and duct tape over your body.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Yeah.
As they say.
Amazing. Okay, so this is actually the first time that I've made a roll as one of the monsters.
Then question,
So-
would that one armor, would that have soaked the damage I just took from rolling from tackling Mr.
Yes,
Baylow?
it would have. Yes.
Great. Then I don't
It
have an
absolutely would have.
injury.
You do not have any injuries. That's absolutely right.
Great.
Yes, that you were saved by the gymnastics pads that are long overdue, have thinned out and offer no protection whatsoever. This is what it was like when I was
Kind of smelly.
We need new
They
funding.
were ridiculous. Yeah. No, none at all. So display attack with the force and fury. Okay, so yeah, monsters. I don't know that do I even roll an attack? I don't think I even roll. I think it just does the thing and you have to decide.
I think it's that's the part I never remember. Let me look at my.
Yeah, I could just roll if it's easier.
Yeah.
But the move is listed. So the keeper's move, for me, is actually just listed as I do the thing.
Okay.
Destroy something, escape no matter what, give chase, return to home ground, attack or see something. It's making an attack.
Makes sense.
I see. So it's got so these are not listed under hunter moves, but I think until we'll just rule it right now. Let's see. Oh, here we go.
And is
Bear
there
with me.
any defense against it, or is it just a thing that happens?
I have a feeling it's a kick-ass thing, and that it just. Let's see. Powers. Description, how much harm usually ranges. Oh yeah, okay. So that's okay. So yeah, it's just gonna smack you.
Okay.
You can use your armor, but that'll block.
You can use your armor. Yeah. So it's just gonna smack you. So you're gonna get whapped by the tree.
I don't
So
stop digging.
You take a point of damage. Well, unfortunately, though.
A point?
Yeah, that's after your armor.
Oh, okay.
It does a base of 2.
Great.
Yeah. So you're gonna get
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, what?
Unfortunately, though, it has a. It has a. Sorry, give me 1 second. It has a thing on its attack that it gives a descriptor. Oh, it needs to be. Give me 1 second. Sorry, this is a
No
moment where I need
problem.
to flip it. Here we go. Pushes things around, allowing you to force them where you want them. Okay, yes. So it has 3 different descriptions to attack. It does harm. It uses it needs to be within close range. It's messy and it's forceful. So what that means, as something that is messy, spreads a lot of blood and gore around. So just blood spraying off of this tree as it smacks you. But forceful says pushes things around, allows you to force them where you want them. So as you're digging, this thing basically sends you hurtling.
Okay.
About 6 feet away as it just whap knocks you. You see your dad go sailing through the air and hit the ground like he just got tackled by a linebacker, lifted up off of his feet and sails off of the roots and rolls onto the ground.
Fuck that. And then I'm gonna throw some magic at this. I'm gonna try throwing it at Babalaz and hope something happens in retribution. I flip my hands out, bring it forward, and I start coalescing some cold energy right in the focus of my hands, and I'm going to fire a frosty missile at him. This is 2 harm with restraining on its base, so hopefully I can hold him down for a little bit if this makes contact.
Okay. I'm going to say you can go ahead and roll to see if you get the added effect, but go ahead and make the roll real quick. So it's going to be plus weird.
Can we say I got knocked towards where Coach and Jones are? Cool.
Yeah, we can just say it just kind of backhanded you over in that direction. So you go sliding through like the dirt.
Yeah, just get landed next to Mr. Smith and just look over and I found some bodies.
Awesome.
That's a 9.
A 9.
So
it works imperfectly. So your effect and it has a glitch.
Quick question, because I was rereading
glitches.
this. Technically, combat magic is when you use these spells to kick ass. So this is technically a kick some ass roll, but just using weird instead of tough. So would it go by kick ass rules or use magic rules?
I'm going to say it's use magic rules. Using magic.
Got it. I wasn't sure. That's fine.
Yeah, using magic has specifically effects that take place when you use them. So, in this case, inflict harm, 1 harm, ignoring armor and magic's obvious magic weapon. Do the one thing beyond. Okay, so. Oh, you can heal. That's cool. Heal 1 harm.
I can also
injury.
heal. Yeah, I'm actually good at that.
Cool.
That might come in handy.
Cool.
Later.
And dearest keeper, you can pick a glitch.
Yeah. But yes, I see what you're saying now, Joey, because I'm looking at kick some ass, and yeah, you're right. Actually, it would be a kick ass roll, but it would be using weird. It would use the effects of kick ass.
Exactly.
In this case, yeah. So you rolled a 9. So yeah, it works imperfectly, and you get okay. So a 9, yeah. So you're basically going to inflict the harm, but it glitches. And how much damage was that?
It's a icy missile, so it's plus 1 harm restraining, so it's a 2 harm total.
Okay, cool. Okay. As icy magic blasts into the incorporeal form of this Necromancer, you see he opens his hand and receives the magic, and you start seeing forming taking place on his fingers. This icy hand begins to manifest as he begins to absorb your magic and cause it to manifest into his body. You see this big smile on his face. Temporary, but enough to do this. And he clocks you with an icy fist right across the side of your face. You're going to take 1 harm.
Ouch.
It goes right through any armor, but you take a good icy knuckle sandwich and it shatters like glass across your head, kind of sends you reeling back. as he finishes the attack, you see the ice that was manifesting, that he had absorbed, kind of fall away. On that note, Alice is finally going to step up. She screams out at him, "Babalaz, you son of a bitch!" And you can feel like half of the conviction. Like she's forcing herself to sound tough. It causes him to break out laughing, and she is going to use magic. And
sweet summer child.
Oh dear, I rolled a 3.
That's bad, Eric. Don't roll that.
But perfect for her. She starts focusing and concentrating, trying to get back on the horse. And as you feel this magic begin to permeate around her, you hear his laughter ring out, and all of a sudden she too just kind of starts gripping at her throat suddenly, and you see the moisture in her eyes and in her mouth begins to ice over as she starts going. You see breath begins to choke off for a second, and the last of the ice magic that he absorbed off of you, you see him holding up his hand, and that grin cracks a little bit of the last bit of flesh on his body, splitting open the rest of his, giving him the most wicked grin as he channels that ice into her, and she goes and hits the ground and just coughs up. You just see ice and snowflakes and frost go piling out of her mouth, and she's and she is going to take a harm. All right.
She gets an experience.
Yay. Yep. She's learning.
Whenever you roll,
I would say this qualifies as an experience. Yes. Quite an experience.
Is it time for the
doing? What's that?
Is it time for the agents?
Yeah, it's whenever y'all want to go. Yeah. What do y'all want to do?
Okay. I think like clutching his ribs, everything. Hey, Agent Jones. And like he's gonna like cup your face. I'm fading fast. But do you think you could erase my browser history?
Oh.
Do you know
And
how?
I'll run my hand over your hair, take your face, lean in close. Not a goddamn chance in the world you live with what you've done. Rub some dirt on it. Come on.
I'll collapse, limp-bodied.
Okay, all right. Fine, I'll make a medicine check on this.
Stop this other point of harm coming your way.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, he's fine. It's a 10. Gets back.
Okay, fine.
What is that? 2 healing? Let me read that.
Let's see.
Yes.
Recovery.
2 healing on a full.
Perfect.
Nicely
Thank you.
done. Y'all are in the
Patient
middle
is
of it now.
stabilized and healed of 2 harm.
Yeah, so just to add to the narrative, as soon as you get up, put some dirt in it, there's a popping noise because while you were distracted with the quips, Jones set your arm back into place. There is a lancing shock of pain that goes through your entire upper body for a split second. There's a tingling sensation from your elbow down to your fingertips, and suddenly you've got your arm back.
Put my browser on private next time.
Still figuring that out. Okay, so what do we think? What is this, like a code 72? Is that the one where I go and manipulate the monster?
Subtract 3, my friend.
Seduce the monster.
69. Right, that's my favorite. I should have known.
And I look over to Alice. We gotta help the kid. She's got this. That's good.
All right. I would like to Dark Negotiator. Manipulate this monster.
Okay.
Now, my grounds for manipulation. He's offering me a soul. He's asking to stay for quite some time. We're both a little evil. Trying to think of like the right angle for this. Yeah, we'll just go the classic demon angle. So Smith is gonna kind of like lumber his way over.
Okay.
Excuse me, evil Bavalalas.
You do get the attention as the ghostly form begins to suddenly turn its amusement away from Alice and kind of crank its head at you a little bit, and the tree kind of stirs, but it stills.
Me. Hey, yeah. Remember me, buddy? You really gotta lay off the humans. They're not tough like you and I. They can't take 1,000 hits and get back up. I mean, we don't die. Creatures like us, no, we just go to the underworld and then sell our souls to come back. If we have a soul, and when we don't, we have to sell other things. But that's not what the conversation is right now. The conversation is right now, do you want to sell your life to me in exchange, clunk, for this sword?
We're going to pause right there for our 10-minute break.
Okay.
So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 10 minutes, y'all. Welcome back to the last 30 minutes of the Monster of the Week. And we are in the middle of intense combat right now with a tree. So let's go ahead and continue our Mortal Kombat. When we last left off, people had been thrown to the ground. People had been frozen. People had been smacked around and crushed. Blood had been flung everywhere. And a tree was getting very antsy with a sort of ghosty lich that was making fun of and getting distracted by some of the things that are going on. It all added up to somebody using a dark bargaining power in order to get these necromancers' attention, which you definitely have now.
Yeah,
So
I learned it from CAD, you know?
Okay. So reiterate your offer, if you would, please. Your sword, is that correct?
Yes, for your life. Now hear me out. You're thinking like, oh no, that's terrible. What am I gonna do? You're gonna go to hell. It's not necessarily down, it's not up, it's just a place, but you're just gonna go right there. You're gonna meet some of my friends, and they're gonna be really impressed by your sword. What do you say? Bargain with the devil?
He stares at you blankly, waiting for the rest of that bargain to be offered. Not seeing a benefit here.
I'm
You could
sorry.
go to hell with no sword.
Yeah.
Or I kill all of you and not have to go to hell at all.
Is this the offer you took for your sword when you got it?
I love that you're laying on the ground. You're just is this what you did?
Quit, now is not. I'll answer the questions later. Maybe.
So what does this power let you do?
It's just like quite literally because I've been imbued by like dark powers. I can offer a assuming I pass my manipulation, I can offer a unquestionable bargain. Let me read it to you properly though.
That is definitely a question.
I got
bargain.
some questions.
Yeah, so Dark Negotiator, I can use to manipulate somebody, move on monsters. If they can talk and reason.
Which he definitely can.
He can do both.
So
We pretty much just look at the manipulate. So I gotta offer them something. I'm offering my sword in exchange.
Yeah, you're offering the sword. So this is literally being backed up by the dark power.
Yes, yeah.
That is the Prince of Lies, as it were. So go ahead and make the roll.
This is coming out of Charm, which a 6 and a 3 plus 1 is a 10. Those are numbers. Okay, so 10 plus. They'll do it for the reason you gave them. If you ask too much, they'll tell you the minimum it would take for them to do it if there's no way, or if there's no way they do it. So, like, you absolutely can still say no.
He is going to ask. He is going to. He seems to consider for a second, like the power that is backing up this ridiculous offer to him. The overwhelming, like, again, hell. The whole idea behind it is the whole like ridiculous idea behind what you do is that you tempt people. It is desire, giving into your darkest impulses, being honest to yourself. That magical sort of dark echo that it is coming through your words right now as you're speaking to him resonates with that necromancer who has always lusted for power, who's defied death, who's murdered people to get what he wants. He doesn't fully understand, you can tell, what the significance of this sword is. But with the power that you are using to back it up and the conviction in which you offer it, you see greed in his eye suddenly, as he seems to have been exposed to that side of his ego. You've touched the right point. And the necromancer, the ghost, kind of hesitates. And it strides forward and says, I will agree on one condition.
I'm all ears and all horns.
She comes with me. And he motions to Alice.
Let me double check with the humans. Ooh, okay. We're getting three head shakes. No.
I didn't realize I needed to. I thought you would have gotten there from the disappointed stare alone.
Look at me like that all the time.
And as you're kind of like trying to, you're seriously like, as you're processing this and looking at your friends, about 30 feet away, out of sight from everybody else, you see a very handsome looking fallen angel leaning up against a tree, lighting a cigarette and looking at you.
Ooh,
Takes a long pull off the cigarette before he takes it down and stares at you and just starts nodding.
Yeah. The kid's all yours.
What?
He says, you have a deal, and sticks his ghostly hand out to shake.
I'm going to cold clock my partner.
Yeah.
All right. I might say this is, and you can help me on this one, B.
Yeah.
But I might say this is, I might say this is helping or protecting someone.
Let's go protect someone.
Because Sam doesn't want to injure you. They just saved you. But,
I mean, you said Jones does want to injure a little.
Okay.
But still, protect is the essence of it. Well,
Go
okay,
ahead.
to be honest, could I argue kick some ass?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same stat either way, and
it's just going to have a different effect. If it's
but how do you argue it?
it's
No, I just want to hear
if it's
the
kick some
argument
ass,
now.
it's yeah.
Well,
Why?
I want to take the hit, like regardless of what's going to happen, but the consequences aren't going to come from me. I think they're going to come from, I already forgot his name, our fallen angel.
Cadmiel?
Cad.
Oh, I see the angle you're playing.
It could seem like it came from me, but it definitely does come from Cad in the end.
Let me.
I mean, we'll find out on the rolls.
All right, let me go ahead and make the roll.
This is not the conclusion I was anticipating at all.
You were the one that was
it's
like,
not exactly something I've ever done.
Go ahead and make the attack.
Is this I think this is the first time I've ever done that. Oh my god. It's an 11 on the dice and I have +2 tough. I'm so sorry.
So you're going to clock the crap out of your partner, but you get to pick an enhanced effect. So you completely hold advantage. All hunters involved get +1. You suffer no harm at all. Your attack inflicts double the normal harm. The attack, I will let you pick. I will let you pick knock your partner out cold if you want. What do you want to do?
So the thing is, I don't want them out of the scene. So if it's a brief daze, I think that would be ideal for participation.
Okay.
And the only thing that's even appealing on this list is your attack drives the enemy away in a route. I would like for that, my partner is not my enemy.
Mm-hmm.
The only way this is a win condition for hitting my partner, kick some ass instead of protecting someone, is if it has some effect on my actual enemy. And apparently also Demon Daddy's going to be mad with me.
He's always
Well,
mad at everyone.
that really
It's
depends.
fine.
That really depends. So here's what happens. Okay. You send the butt of that gun across the back of Smith's head. It does not knock you out, Smith. There is a sharp pain and you get disoriented and collapse down to your knees. Just as your hands touch the ghostly outstretched hand of the necromancer, sealing the deal. You go down. However, as your fingers brush and you collapse to the ground, as a consequence of all of this happening, and because it is not you, we'll just say this, Sam's roll for Jones sets off a chain reaction. You hit the ground hard and you're disoriented and you see Cadmiel standing over you. All of you were aware of Cadmiel at this point. He was not there a second ago. He is just there now. Cigarette smoke and all. And gives you a very wry look, Jones, as he just says, "Nice hit." Well, turns and faces the necromancer and says, "Unfortunately, my underling who made the deal with you is not in condition to carry out his end of the bargain. That's life, isn't it? And I believe the wording was, can come with me. You certainly have the ability to go to hell, don't you, dear?" And she's staring in horror, clutching the book. But the question is, will you? See, I don't feel the need to enforce that. You certainly can. Will you? Oh, well. And he puts the cigarette back in his mouth and says, "Come along." And he reaches forward and grabs the ghostly figure of the Lich by his hair, pulling it up at the scalp, and starts dragging him. Literally just goes, "What?" And you see magic start to splay and flail in every direction. And as he's dragging this ghost away, kicking and screaming, the tree behind you begins to crack. You can hear it starting to fold, the wood beginning to creak as it begins to collapse in onto itself. And just whistling to himself, he looks back over his shoulder and looks at you dead in the eyes, Jones, and says, "Good timing on that hit. Very good timing."
Thank you.
And just continues to whistle as this fallen angel walking to where you don't know, but he's growing smaller, like he's walking into the distance, even though he is not more than 20 feet away from you as he just continues to disappear. And you can hear the screaming of the ghost and a strange scent that you can taste in the back of your throat. This sulfuric, like this burning, horrific smell that just comes wafting through the air for a split second. Over by you, Pops, you're watching as the tree just begins to split, and those skeletal arms that are underneath, they twitch and reach up and start grabbing the tree and pulling it down into the earth. And you are all watching as this tree just gets pulled deeper and deeper. You swear you hear screaming. At that point, Alice grabs hold of you, Quinn, and is just terrified. She's staring in horror. And the tree just, you see the branches, almost like somebody reaching out one last time before they're dragged into the dirt, as the tree is swallowed by the earth and just...
Everybody okay?
What the fuck just happened?
What the fuck just happened?
Who was the smoking man? God, magic is stupid. God.
Also, you can bet someone else's soul for them?
Yeah, the fuck?
Am I home?
No, but you might be in trouble.
Oh, God. Pops? Am I at
And you?
school?
No.
Jim, I got a bone to pick.
Hey, What?
Do you
What'd
do
I
magic?
No,
Do you have a fancy weapon?
I got a mop.
Is your biggest weapon a mop with a pointy end?
No, my biggest weapon's my heart.
Well, then please protect your heart and don't go running into immediate danger that
Hey!
can kill you.
If it wasn't for me, we wouldn't have gotten the tree distracted long enough for you to pull him out. Hey, we're a team. You don't
at
leave
this
someone
point-
out of the team. Yeah.
I just want to say at this point the camera is kind of pulling away from this first from last scene as
Mhm.
all of you are staring at each other in shock at some of the actions that you just did. One partner staring at the other one, kind of like WTF, mate. Father and son yelling at each other, a terrified Alice gripping you guys, and if you can imagine, almost like an overhead shot of us pulling away. Cut back to you all walking back out of the woods, where you see a boot being placed on your van by parking enforcement with the ranger sitting there.
No.
The ranger is just like points at all of you as you're approaching and goes, "Have a nice jaunt in the woods there."
We found a missing person.
I flash my badge.
He stiffens up immediately. Sorry.
You didn't know, man? I understand. I hope you can help me. Looks like something got stuck on my car
Get
on the way
that
over.
off. Get that off. Without even
sorry you
having
stayed late tonight. I hope you're getting overtime, right?
I'll probably get overtime. Yeah.
There you
But,
go. See, good stuff.
No, I'm probably don't want to bring up the fact that I tried to pull some bullshit on a badge.
You didn't
I
know.
apologize.
Hey, take the time.
Yeah. Are you done?
I'm not
Yeah,
saying
sorry about
anything.
that.
You're not saying anything. We're good, right?
That's a great van, by the way.
Thank you. Thank for taking the boot off Smeagol. She doesn't like that.
He tips his hat and vacates out of there.
I open the van door and I lay Mr. Baloy out.
Okay. Mr. Bailow is like, just kind of muttering to himself.
Shush, shush, shush,
Alice
shush, shush.
leans up against the van and goes, I guess, could you drop me off at my place?
Yeah, no problem.
The drive to Alice's place is quiet with just music being played. You pull up outside of her house. You see a simple one-story house with a large front yard and a winding driveway. It doesn't look like anyone's home. No lights are on inside. She hops out and turns and looks back at all of you and goes, I'm still processing everything. I'm pretty sure we beat him.
Yeah.
I think.
You know,
Hey,
I thank you. This is kind of important, and thank you. My mother was one of the first people who went missing, and I'm just processing.
is anybody inside?
Yeah.
Is anybody inside?
No.
You hungry?
All right. It's standard protocol.
Hold on one sec.
Can't-
My headphones died. They were screaming low battery for the past 5 minutes.
I hear you saying standard protocol, and I kind of like give you the dad head nod back, and I just go, "You want to go get some dinner?" I also kind of need to process being the only normie here. I wouldn't mind being able to talk it through with someone a little bit more experienced, such as yourself.
She looks back at her house and just nods. It's just, maybe I should, yeah.
You like pizza?
I like pizza.
All right, get in the car. We're going to Marco's.
She glances back over her shoulder at her house that's all dark and gets back into the van. What do you do with the two agents?
You guys want pizza?
You guys don't eat?
I freaking love pizza. I didn't become a demon and not eat pizza. This is just the two don't.
So the demon thing is real? I mean, I saw what I
Oh.
think I saw.
What did John say? I think it's too late. Yeah, it's real. What's up? It was a terrible mistake. Do not sell your soul for a sword, no matter how cool it is. That's more important than staying in school, kids.
I
What do
gotta
I
tell
not
you, it's
sell
a
your soul.
huge
Just like-
relief for me. I just thought you were a secret cannibal after you ate that blood earlier, and I thought everyone else was really
Oh.
chill with it. I'm so glad you're a demon.
Yeah.
Do you have
no,
any
gosh.
advice for what to do when someone else decides to sell you?
Run. Just run.
Run.
Turn
She
around
nods.
and run.
Make sure that whoever it is has a partner who will make sure he doesn't.
Maybe that one too. Thanks, Jones.
Hey, Jones, look at that. It's only like 10:30. You think your kid's still up?
Yeah, he seems to be. But nah. I gotta get home to the wife.
All right. I step on the brakes and I drop off Coach Jones before we all head to pizza.
All right.
Yeah.
Alice says, "Thanks, Coach. It's gonna be PE's gonna be weird this week, and every week after."
You're still doing that volleyball unit for another 3 weeks, Alice.
Wow, you are so just a
Huh.
coach and not, but totally a coach.
I'm a professional. That's what we do.
You take your golf bag.
Yup.
Yeah,
filled
with the little
guns.
hints of like the butt of a rifle sticking out the back of it.
Yup. And just like the daddest jacket in the world.
And as you walk back towards your house, we just hear like the Incredible Hulk theme piano playing.
Thank you.
As the door slides closed and the van pulls away from the curb, we just hear Alice in the van say to the three of you that are still in the van, "We should probably do this again sometime."
No. But probably
No.
will.
It'll probably happen.
Yeah. As long as we have Jones, we'll be okay.
Jones's house explodes. See, Gina's eyes are wide because that's something I would do, and she doesn't know if I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I know.
100%.
Done
Here's the
that.
thing. There's a kid
Hey.
in that house. You can't.
There
Um,
isn't. There's just Lydia. But Lydia's in the house, so if we don't see her outside the house, we're good.
I was the
Yeah.
proproverbial
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had a kid at home.
No,
No,
just the way.
oh, I wish I spent enough time with my family for
My
that to be
mistake.
possible. No. I mean, I was
Then
broadcasting.
Pops 100% thinks you have a kid at home and did not get the joke.
As you all drive away, a few miles away at the Silver Creek graveyard, a hand explodes from its resting place, as does another and another, just as a thunder rolls in the background. That is where we're going to leave these people for now.
What?
Yes.
Can I have one epilogue?
Ooh.
Sure. An after credit scene,
Yeah,
as the Rick Budd might say. Yes, go ahead.
Yes.
Q gets a box outside of his door one day, like early before school, because Pops gets there way earlier than you.
Sure.
And he's been not driving you to school lately to give you some independence. But you get a box and it just says, someone owed me a favor. I hope these make you feel more confident, bud. And when you open it, there are epic, very expensive attuned gloves for you. They are leather and they are fingerless.
Yes.
And they look like motorcycle gloves.
I snap just to like conjure a little flame. I'm like, okay, I can work with this. Nice.
Nice.
Thanks, Jim.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks.
Aw, still doesn't call him dad. Still doesn't call him
I'm not
dad.
even there, and he still calls me Jim.
And that is our button for the game. Thank you everyone for joining us for this not one shot of Monster of the Week. This was my first time ever running Powered by the Apocalypse, and I'm grateful that I had B here to help me because B's
You
got some
killed
experience
it.
with this stuff. Thank you. I hope you all had
This was
fun.
so much
Dragged it to
fun.
hell.
I did.
I like the system. It's fun.
I like the system too. It does not. It's super easy to run, but the rules are consequential enough where there's enough like danger. And I mean, yeah, for a split second there, I was genuinely worried about Smith. I thought Smith was fucked.
I was ready to die though. I think
next
that
round
would
you
have been
probably-
cool.
Next round, so the monster had 3 attacks. It had Whap, then it had the Grapple, and then its third ability was Devour, which it needed to grapple first. So you're not aware of this, but Jones did in fact save your ass on that one.
You
Because
would have got it.
the tree basically opens up and noms, swallows. It does 4 harm, and you are devoured.
Oh shit!
So it's not good. Yeah, it's not good. It's
Why even number it if you're
No.
you're just at?
You're just yeah.
Smith is junk food. Don't.
Never.
No
Good
junk in
for
your
their health.
tree trunk.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would be the title of this episode if it wasn't. If it was
Junk
not
at the tree
gross.
drunk.
We're gonna have to play some more PBTA though. I've been talking about it
Yeah.
enough, and now that I've run it, like this was a lot of fun. Did you guys have a good time?
It's
Amazing.
super malleable.
Yeah,
It's
And,
so much
yeah.
fun.
so easy to just jump in and play. Why don't we real quick, just so that we have it on record? I want to give you all XP for this adventure.
Yay!
Just really
Oh,
fast
I'm gonna
into the
write down
session.
with my notebook.
Yeah.
Then.
So,
'Cause-
okay. So, did we
You
conclude
answered
the
the
current mystery?
questions.
Yes. You're going to gain if you failed any rolls, which you inevitably did. You gain an automatic XP. You've concluded the session, so you gain another XP. That's 2. Did we save someone from certain death? Well, you certainly did, Jones. So definitely get an XP for Jones because you saved Smith from certain
You
death.
saved your best friend.
And you said it was 2 experience for finishing the mystery.
1 for finishing the mystery and 1 for failing a roll. And I know each one of you, I think, failed a roll once. You didn't. Quinn's like, not me.
Did I?
Okay. What's that?
I got dice lucky tonight. might
Yeah, I
not.
know.
Everybody was good this session. I don't know about last
Mhm.
session.
That's what I'm
Last
saying.
session, I was such a disaster.
Last
Then you
session I
get an
didn't roll
XP.
anything less than a 10.
You
my
get an
God.
I did very good last session.
If you rolled at any point in this game and the 2 sessions, if you
Less than
fail to roll, you get an XP. Yeah. So let's see. Did we learn anything new or important about the world? Yes, y'all did. Everyone gains an
yeah.
XP for that one because everyone participated in that lore build. Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters? Yes, I think everyone had a reveal.
Yeah, we
Every
did.
single one of y'all had a reveal.
Although I don't think the agents still know that Pops is Q's father. That just, I mean, maybe Jones might have inferred it, but Smith.
You
does
might be
not
right.
know.
No,
Yeah,
but
it's-
I think
We
Yeah, you might
don't
be
have
right.
confirmation.
The words
I
have
don't-
not
I
been
think,
said.
I think last session when I attacked the tree the first time, I think I
It's
yelled,
done.
"Stay
Oh,
away
you
from
did.
my son."
you did. That's
I
right. You
thought
said
I
stay away
heard-
from my
yeah.
son.
You
Oh,
corrected
yeah.
yourself though. Like it was like my son, the boy, or when you
Would have
like,
to go
kinda
to the
stuttered
tape.
over it.
I'd have to
Yeah,
go
we'd have
back
to go to
because
the
I
tape.
don't remember if I think I said stay away from my kid.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But I don't remember
maybe you.
because I
just-
corrected
Pops.
myself. Yeah, who knows?
Maybe you are just radiating dad energy without a cause, like Jeff.
Yeah.
Pure chaos.
Mhm.
Y'all, that's going to do it for us tonight. Jake, thank you so much for being so flexible as to create this nice overlay and to jump in and allow us to do this. You're a trooper as always. Thank you, B, for jumping back in with us. Thank you, Joey, for jumping back in with us.
My pleasure.
And-
This was great.
and Gina and Sam, thank you all. Thank everybody. Thank everybody. Thank the whole world. And thank you out there, Ox Crew, Family, Super Punks, all y'alls thank you so much, as always, for supporting the Streampunks and letting us do little things like this for when the Barony of Olives has to take a quick break. We are going to be back, so stay tuned for that. Barony of Olives is on Mondays at 6 p.m. if you like World of Darkness and Changeling the Dreaming. In the meantime, everybody, sweet dreams.